Greetings and welcome. After years of searching and saving and being the most I have ever spent on a card, here it is, the 1957 Topps Rookie of Bart Starr. This was a card that I referenced in my last video and was my 2023 National Gold card. This was something I really preferred to buy at a show, mostly because I didn't want to pay the extra fees that go along with buying a card online. And it seems like it should be easy enough to be able to find this at a show the size of a National, but it really isn't. At the 2021 National, I didn't find a single one that looked like it could fit into my collection. The 2019 one, there were not a ton to choose from, and that was the year I came home with the Unitas Rookie. And I spent hours searching for this card this year at the National. The 1957 has a pretty distinctive design, and the Starr is a big enough card that it would be in someone's display case. So at the National, I was able to move from table to table pretty fast, searching for this. And I saw a couple tables that had raw examples, but they were pretty highly priced and pretty beaten up. And then I found one that was a PSA 8, but it had a print defect qualifier, and the dealer wanted $8,000 for it, and there was no way I was going to pay that, especially for a print defect. But I was looking several hours, getting pretty discouraged, and I thought it was just another National, I wouldn't have it. Then I stumbled upon a section that I hadn't been to, and I saw a table that had 5 different Starr rookies. There was 1 in a 6, there were 2 in PSA 5s, and 2 in PSA 4s, all with a very fair asking price. And not only did I find one, but I had options to choose from. And I spent probably the next 20 to 30 minutes examining the cards, and I was really hoping to find a 6. But the 6 was the first one I ruled out because the centering was just so off. So I ended up with this one, and it was not the grade that I was hoping for, but more importantly, it was the card that I was hoping for. This card, though, took planning for me to purchase. I started the set in November of 2018, and for those of you who do not know, I am chasing this set only in PSA graded and buying them one at a time. And the reason for that is because I wanted a new challenge for my set collecting. I've been making a lot of progress on the set, but the Bart Starr Rookie, the price had really just climbed in the last couple of years. I'm a much bigger Unitas fan, so I sought him out first. But hindsight's 2020, and the Starr was already more than the Unitas, and more so now. And I'm sure that's because the Unitas is more available. PSA has 3,582 graded compared to 1,924 of the Starr. But at the beginning of the year 2022, I made a plan to save for the Starr, so when one would come up, I would be ready. I budget my collection by allowing myself to have a monthly allowance to spend on cards. And whatever I don't spend for the month, it carries over to the following month. So I went months without buying a card, and what really assisted me with making this purchase was that I sold about 90% of my childhood collection of starting lineups. Then I sat on the money for well over a year, waiting for the right one to appear. And as you saw earlier in the video, my wife, kids, and I got to visit Lambeau Field earlier this summer. And if you get a chance to take a tour, you really should. And they have different prices or price levels of the tour. And I would recommend taking the most expensive tour, and that's just because you get to see the most. And the Packers Hall of Fame is also in Lambeau Field, and that's also worth checking out. They have a pretty solid restaurant inside of Lambeau called the 1919 Kitchen and Tap. and we had time before our tour, and it's a nice place to have lunch. It's called 1919 because that's the year Curly Lambeau founded the team. Now, I am not a Packers fan, so I probably didn't appreciate it as much as a fan would have, but I am a big history fan, and it was fantastic taking in the history of the NFL. But while in Green Bay, I stopped in a couple card shops hoping to buy this Starr rookie in Green Bay. And if you watch my channel regularly, you know how I love stories that go with my cards. And just the idea that I would finally buy the Starr rookie in Green Bay would have been the pinnacle of my 1957 set journey. Sadly, though, that wasn't meant to be, and so I'm settling on getting it weeks after my trip to Lambeau. I was able to meet Bart Starr once. I was 12 years old, and he did a speaking engagement in my town. And he was kind enough to sign this mini helmet for me. And unfortunately, I don't remember too much about his speech, but the one thing I do remember about Starr was he was a gentleman. But if you watch my channel, you know I talk about this card a lot. I've been chasing it for a while, and it feels like a grail card to me, but it really isn't. I'm still thrilled to have it, and this is completely worth the sacrifice to finally get it. But as any set collector knows, it's on to the next, and now there's only 8 to go to complete my 1957 set, with the checklist card now looming. And that's the card that's going to stand in my way of completing the set. And I have known for years how hard that card will be to find, especially my budget, but I'm gearing up for that search. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your collection.